Welcome to Enriched Minds and our fourth session on time value of money, or TVM. The time value of money, or TVM, is a concept in finance that basically means that money in your hand today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future. Simply put, a dollar today is far more valuable than a dollar in the future. This is a core principle in finance that says a dollar today is worth more than a dollar in a year from now or any time in the future. If I had a dollar today, I could save it in a bank account and it would grow to be something more than $1 a year from now. The time value of money, or TVM, is the concept that a sum of money is worth more now than the same sum will be at a future date due to its earnings potential. If you master this very simple concept of TVM, or time value of money, everything else in finance will be so much easier for you to understand and master. Simple and intuitive as it sounds, it is at the core of most financial concepts and complex financial calculations too. The real question is, how much is a dollar worth in the future? A year from now? 2 years from now? Or 10 years from now? Let's look at two examples. In the first example, I give you two options. Option 1 is that I will give you $100 today. And option 2 is that I promise to give you $100 exactly a year from today. Which option would you choose? Surely you will choose option 1. In the second example, you have to choose between receiving $100 today and $112 exactly a year from today. Assume that I shall keep my promise. Now, your choice is not as straightforward as example 1. Why? Because we don't know yet what the equivalent value of $100 will be a year from today. That answer will depend on certain assumptions and may differ from person to person too. Is there even a right answer? To make a smart decision, we need to understand the equivalent amounts of money now and in the future. How much would a dollar today be worth a year from now? How much would it be worth n years from today? For that, we need to understand what the risk-free rate of return is. It is typically represented by R subscript F, where F stands for risk-free. The risk-free rate of return is the rate of return you can earn by investing your money in the safest investment one can think about. And the safest investment is the 3-month government treasury bill or a government bond. In that arrangement, the government promises to pay back your money with interest in 3 months. So, using the risk-free rate of return, we can say that $1 becomes $1 times, open parentheses, 1 plus R subscript F, close parentheses, after 1 year. And $1 becomes 1 times, open parentheses, 1 plus the risk-free rate, R subscript F, close parentheses, raised to the power 2 after 2 years, and so on, such that after n years, $1 would be equivalent to $1 times, open parentheses, 1 plus the risk-free rate, close parentheses, raised to the power of n. These are called equivalent amounts of money. So here is the math. What you have today is the present value, or PV. What you expect to have in the future is the future value, or FV. And the relationship is given by FV equals PV times, open parentheses, 1 plus the risk-free rate, close parentheses, raised to the power of n, where PV is the present value, RF is the risk-free rate of return, n is the number of years, and FV is the future value after n years. So, as you can see the math, 1 plus the risk-free rate raised to the number of years multiplied by the present value PV will give you the future value FV. This relationship between present value, or PV, and future value, or FV, as we shall see later on, is the fundamental relationship on which most financial calculations are based on. You will see that we use the concept of compounding in calculating all future values. You can also do the reverse math. If you are given a future value after n years, you can calculate the present value of the promised amount today. This is called discounting. You will divide the future value FV by, open parentheses, 1 plus the risk-free rate, close parentheses, raised to the power of n to arrive at the present value PV. The time value of money is a very important concept in finance. It is one of the most fundamental and cornerstone concepts in finance to help us make those decisions between investment choices. If you master the concept of time value of money, you are one or even a few steps ahead of others. From this chart, you can see that our money grows over time no matter what the rate of interest is. And our money grows faster the higher the rate of interest. So, our money grows with both time and the interest rate. Let's now watch a video on time value of money, courtesy of Investopedia.
The time value of money is a concept that states a dollar today is always worth more than a dollar tomorrow. Suppose Steve wins $1 million in the lottery today. Before accepting his prize, Steve has to make a decision. He can receive the prize money now, or, if he wants, he can collect the money in 1 year. Steve considers his options. If the money is taken today, he can deposit it in an interest-bearing savings account at the local bank that offers 5% interest per year. If he decides not to take the money today, he has to wait a full year with no money and no interest. Steve's not crazy, so he decides to take the $1 million sooner rather than later. When the money is withdrawn after a year, it has grown to $1,050,000. By taking the money early, Steve earned an extra $50,000. This is the time value of money as it applies to interest. $1 million is worth more today because of the possible interest that it earns over the 1 year's time.
From our session today, we can conclude with two main takeaways. First, time is money. Our money grows with time. We must allow time to work in our favor whenever we make investments. And second, compounding is like magic. We must allow our money to compound, to grow, and we discount future cash flows to determine its present value or worth to us. Thank you for your time. Until next time then, stay enriched and strong.